Good morning, class. Class, we have covered that point, okay, that metal properties we were doing. So, today we are going to start that chemical properties of metals, okay. Before that, I want to tell you that you people are supposed to do the homework, that is page number 40. Actually, I was supposed to give it in previous class only, but couldn't give. So page number 40, question number 1 and 2, you have to do it in your notebook. Okay, so now start with the chemical properties. So if I'm giving the heading of chemical properties of metals, that basically the things we have done in acid base chapter. Okay, so here it will be repetition of that topic. Okay, and yes, few new topics will also be there, so that we have to learn. So this is chemical properties of metals we have to do. So in this chemical properties of metals, we have to do the reactions, all the reactions possible for the metals. Okay, so the first reaction is reaction with oxygen. We are going to start with this reaction with oxygen, or we can say that air. Let it be air, and that is oxygen. Okay, so we know that oxygen, that means air only. It doesn't react with any other elements. Oxygen is abundant. Oxygen is maximum in amount, and that is more reactive also. So that's why in general, whenever we talk about the air, there is a reaction of that substance with the oxygen only. Okay, so we know that when metal reacts with any metal, if reacts with oxygen, it give you metal oxide. Yes, so that is quite clear. There is no problem in this metal oxide. Okay, how you will know there are the different metals reacting with oxygen gives different product, different symptoms, what we say, different characteristics they shows. As for example, if like Mg, magnesium reacts with oxygen, okay, so that gives magnesium oxide. We all know that, and we are doing this topic, this reaction, particular reaction since I think class 6. Yes, so we know that when magnesium oxygen reacts, burn in a presence of oxygen, it gives dazzling white flame. Yes, this is dazzling white flame. You have to know, you should know this thing, white flame it gives. Okay, this reaction is not balanced, so that balancing also you have done in chapter 1, and that is like this. So this is the magnesium reaction. Any doubt in this? So what you have to do on this basis, you have to do that activity 3.9. Activity 3.9 jo hota, that shows the reactivity of the metal, reactivity of the different metal with oxygen. Okay, so this is you are supposed to write. You just make a table, not write in the paragraph form. Just make a table and write in that. Okay, so oxygen is what I want to say. Oxygen is most abundant, and oxygen is most reactive also. So in general, almost all metal reacts with oxygen. Got it? सारे के सारे जो metals हैं, they react with oxygen. Yes, of course, it depends upon the reactivity of acid of metal also. The most reactive metals जो होते हैं, they react with oxygen very easily, very fastly, very vigorously. Yes, the least reactive element जो होते हैं, they react with oxygen slowly, or we say very what we say, at a slow rate. Yes, so that we have to know this thing. So this is actually we have to check that, and the reactivity order. Reactivity, or this describes this reactivity of different metals with oxygen. Okay, so in general, almost all metal reacts with oxygen. But if I'm giving you comparative study, if I'm giving, suppose that I'm giving you copper, aluminium, sodium, okay, zinc. So tell me which will react faster with the oxygen. these are the 4 elements. If I'm giving you with oxygen, which will give you the faster reaction? Or see, everyone, like if I'm writing this copper example, let it be like copper, it reacts with oxygen, it will give you CuO. If aluminium reacts with oxygen, it will give you Al2O3 oxide. Why Al2O3? Because oxygen has valency 2 and aluminium has 3, so interchanged. I think it is clear. Now sodium, if it reacts with this, it will give you Na2O. Why this is? Because oxygen has valency 2 and sodium has valency only 1. So like this, Zn plus oxygen, so this will give you ZnO. Now tell me which one will be the which will react the faster with faster speed. So you have done the reactivity series. Yes, what is that reactivity series? Who can tell me? Like it was Kashinath के महंगे आलू जरा फीके पके, and then it was hydrogen, silver, mercury, and then silver, then gold, and last platinum. So out of these 4 metals, 5 metals, which one is the most reactive? See, 4 metals actually. Copper is here. This is copper. Sorry, I forgot to write over here. Mercury के नीचे copper. Yes, this is the copper here. Then aluminium, यानी कि aluminium is more reactive than copper. तो ये हो गया sodium. Sodium is at the top, isn't it? And zinc is here. So which will react faster? Sodium will react faster with lesser. किसका हो गए? Sodium से नीचे aluminium, and then who will react? Zinc, and the least reactive with oxygen will be copper. Got it? So this is the this is the activity 3.9. You have to write in this tabular form only. I hope it is clear. Okay, so now the next thing is that we have done already that metallic oxides, all the metallic oxides, they are basic in nature. They are basic in nature. Yes. So if they are basic in nature, that means it will react with, if metallic oxide is basic in nature, it will react with acid. We know that because there will be no reaction between base and base, no reaction between acid and acid. So only the reaction will be between acid and base. So if it is basic and hence it reacts with what? Acid, isn't it? It reacts with acid to form whenever the acid and base reacts, it will form salt. We know that, to form salt. Okay, here. So let's do some reaction with this. As for example, if I'm taking like any, you can take like sodium hydroxide, oxide. So this is metallic oxide, isn't it? It is metallic oxide, and if it reacts with any acid, take any acid, HCl. This is an acid. Yes. So what it will form? Salt. Can you tell me the salt? I have told you salt formation के लिए क्या करना होगा? इसका positive and दूसरे का negative लेंगे. तो positive part is this and negative part is this. So 2Na, so we have to take 2Cl, isn't it? Because Na has valency 1 and chlorine has also valency 1. So what we have to do? Multiply by 2 over here, and this will form NaCl, and along with this H2O, water, because whenever the salt forms, it provides water. That is clear? Yes? And doubt in this? Similarly, you can take any other examples also, like magnesium oxide. Yes, and it reacts with H2SO4. So this is metallic oxide, which is basic, isn't it? It is basic, and here it is an acid. So acid and base react, so obviously water will form, isn't it? Now magnesium has valency 2, and sulfate has positive part of this magnesium, so it has valency 2, and sulfate is the negative part, so it has also valency 2. So it will cancel each other, and this will form MgSO4, and along with this 2 water, isn't it? So this is salt, this is salt. Clear, class? Okay, so now let's do with another example. Okay, class, so if we talk about the another example, let me take an example of aluminium oxide. This is aluminium oxide, yes, and this is metallic oxide. So in general, metallic oxides are basic. So if it is basic, it will react with an acid. Take an acid, HCl. What will be the salt form? Quite clear. Positive part is this, negative part is this. Aluminium has valency 3 and chlorine has valency 1. So 3 chlorine we want, isn't it? Because it will go like cross. Agar hum karte hain, aluminium has valency 3 and chlorine has -1. So if we will cross it, so what will you get? AlCl3, isn't it? So this will form AlCl3. And since 3 chlorine we need, so what we have to do? We have to put 3 over here. So let's suppose 3 I am putting over here, and now along with this water will form. Yes, so how many oxygen is there? 3. So that means we have to put over here 3. So now hydrogen is 6. So to make it balance, 6, and put it 2 over here. This aluminium reaction is balanced, isn't it? So balancing already we have practiced a lot in chapter 1. I don't think so there will be any other problem with this. Okay. If we check this aluminium oxide, this is like important reactions. If we check this aluminium oxide, as we know that this is the metallic oxide, so this should be base. So this should react only with the acid. But when we make it react with this NaOH, NaOH is what? Base. Got it? Then also it reacts. Then also it forms salt and it reacts. And this is sodium aluminate it forms. Got it? So what does it mean? This is sodium aluminate. This is suppose that is the experimental. Okay. So aluminium being metal oxide, it should be basic. That is clear. And if it is basic, it should react with acid. And acid, it will form salt along with the water. But if we do the reaction of this aluminium oxide with base, then also it reacts. What does it mean? What does it mean? Because agar ye base hai, to ye to base ho nahi sakta, isn't it? Because base never react. So that means aluminium oxide can act as acid as well as base. Clear? Aluminium oxide can act as an acid as well as a base, isn't it? So such compound which reacts with both the acid and base, okay, both the acid and base are known as amphoteric oxide. Clear? So let me note it down. Amphoteric oxide. In general, the concept is that metallic oxide are base and non-metallic oxides are acid. But in between that, some are amphoteric acid also. What are this amphoteric acid? Such oxides, or basically it is metal oxide. Okay, so let me write such oxides only. Such oxides which can react with both acid and base to form salt with water. It is known as what? Amphoteric oxide. Clear, dear? Yes. So this is the point. And some examples, अगर हम इसकी बात करें तो examples are Al2O3, ZnO, PbO. These are the few examples that you have to learn. Clear? Okay, so next thing is that if we generally do all the metal oxides, they are soluble in water. Okay, so let me write. Generally, all metal oxides are basic in nature. Yes. मेटल ऑक्साइड्स जो कि विच इज बेसिक इन नेचर, ठीक है, बेसिक इन नेचर are not soluble in water, okay, not soluble in water, but the one the one which is soluble or which get soluble, which get dissolves in water is known as, yes, we have done this part, in water is known as alkali metals. Got it? So be very careful. Alkali, sorry, not metals, okay, alkali. So, or you can say this line in other words, that all the base which can be soluble in water are known as alkali. Okay, the bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. Done? Okay, so let's do some examples. If we see this, suppose that this Na2O, if we dissolve, this is the metallic oxide, basic in nature, and if we are making dissolving it in water, it will give you NaOH, isn't it? So that means it gets dissolved, and hence this will be called what? Alkali. This base, either you can say this or this is alkali. Okay. Similarly, if we think about this K2O, so this will give you, this is base and it is dissolved in water, so that's why it is alkali. Clear? Any doubt? I should tell you this thing from this, in this. These upper one are so reactive, they are so reactive that even they can react with the water or the humid present in the atmosphere. Got it? So that's why they are always kept in kerosene. So question can be asked that why sodium and potassium always kept in kerosene. So what will be the answer? What will be the answer? As the sodium and potassium are so highly reactive that they can even react with the humid or the moisture present in the atmosphere. So that's why, and that will be a very vigorous reaction. Lots of heat will it will produce. It may blast also. So that's why it is always kept under kerosene oil. Clear? Any doubt? So next thing, should write over here, I think. So since sodium and potassium are highly reactive, so always should be kept in kerosene. Okay, kerosene में रखा है. Otherwise it may react. Otherwise it may react even with humid present in water. Humid present in or humid or moisture present in air to give a vigorous reaction. Got it? So that's why it should always be kept in kerosene. Second point is like some metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc. Okay, they at the normal temperature they cover their self with a thin layer of oxide, which is called protective layer. Okay, so we can write at normal temperature. Normal temperature, that means room temperature. Okay, at normal temperature, room temperature. RT means room temperature. Okay, some metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, etc. What we say develops an oxide layer and develops a thin layer of its oxide, thin layer of its own oxide, okay, its own oxide, which acts as a protective layer, acts as protective layer. That means एक बार जब ये like it will develop the oxide layer on itself, it will not further react. Got it? So that's why the question might be, you people have done in class 8th, that why before burning magnesium ribbon should be scratched properly. Yes, so what we say, because magnesium in atmosphere, it develops a magnesium oxide layer, which is a protective layer, which do not lead the burning. Yes, so that's why we by scratching it with the sandpaper, we remove the oxide layer. Got it? Own oxide layer, which prevents them from further burning. Okay, from further burning. So you can write the question, if the answer for that question, if it is asked that why magnesium ribbon should be burned before should be scratched before burning. So you can write it. Yes. And you know, this burning is also called, burning can also be called as oxidation. Can you tell me how? Oxidation, that means what happens? Oxidation means attachment of oxygen, isn't it? And if you are burning it, what is happening? This is burning, this is called burning. Yes. So if I am burning here, so what it is, is happening? Oxygen is attaching. So this can also be called oxidation. Clear, I think? Any doubt people can ask, okay? Okay, so one more point for this, like for iron. If we talk about iron, iron doesn't burn, okay? But the iron fillings, like it is the powdered iron, you can say. The iron fillings burn vigorously. Whenever we sprinkle it on the flame, it burns very vigorously, very like with high energy. So iron doesn't burn, but iron fillings, these are the points you have to just learn it, okay? Iron fillings, that means you can say iron powder, when sprinkled on the flame, burns very vigorously. Burns very vigorously. Okay. So there are some point, like another point is like copper. Normally copper doesn't burn, वो burn नहीं होता. But if we heat it for a long time, it will develop a black colored layer on itself. Okay, it will not burn. So like burn, okay, it will give you another compound. Okay, so it won't give, just it will develop a blackish layer on itself, and that blackish layer is of oxide. It's oxide. Okay, so let me write this. Copper doesn't burn, but the hot metal or hot like if it is hot heated, if we heat it for a long time, okay, so but the hot metal forms a black oxide layer on itself. Got it? Okay, so even another one is the least reactive. This is silver and gold. Silver and gold even doesn't react at like even at high temperature. Silver and gold doesn't react because they are the least reactive, we know that, even at the high temperature. Okay, so these are the like reactivity, like we can say reactivity of the metal in presence of oxygen. Got it? So this is the different metal reactivity with the oxygen. Next we will do that reactivity of different metals with the water, and that we will do in the next class. So hope it is clear. Yes, if there is any doubt, you may contact with me. You can tell me whatever the doubt is there, I will explain it properly. Okay, thank you class.